All right, guys. Once again, welcome to another edition of the Stay at Home Open Mic Series. It is Monday, July 20th, and we got a great show for you guys. We have a lot of writing, a lot of poetry once again. We have some music, and of course, we have a lot of really cool people. So, throughout the show, we're going to go ahead and just like any other open mic, I'm going to call them. They'll unmute their mics and join us. Of course, in these times, we really miss live venues, but this is kind of what we're working with. And it's been cool because it allows us to still meet up, share the things that we're working on, and something that I just started up again are themes. That's right, writing themes. Sometimes, especially, I think the El Paso scene can be notorious for this in the performing scene, but like some people will share the same piece for years, and I only say that because I'm guilty of it too. And so we're bringing back writing prompts, writing themes. These, of course, are optional, but every week I'll on my social media, on our Barbed Wire Open Mic Series page, on my personal page, I'll share the theme. This week, the theme is failing forward. I mentioned it last week. Of course, if you wrote about it, that's cool. At least one person mentioned that they did write about it, our opener, and we'll get there very soon. So if you guys are on YouTube, first of all, I want you guys to, we do have a live chat. Let us know that you're watching, that you're listening. That means so much to all of us here. We are in a Zoom meeting, a Zoom chat. So if you guys want to be part of that as well, send us a message and we'll try and get you on, get you the link. And this is every Monday. Just follow the Barbed Wire Open Mic Series right here on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. My name is Richie Maruf. I'll be your host, and we're going to go and get right into it. Our first performer of the day has been coming every week now. I think maybe got bit and has a little bit of like the curse. Maybe not a curse. That's kind of negative. We have Dr. A in the house. He's going to share some pieces with us. Let's go and make some noise and welcome Dr. A to our stage.
Thank you, Richie. Yeah, what I would say is that I got inspired by my son to actually try this out. So I have three short poems. This first one is in honor of Representative John Lewis, and I'm gonna try to share a photo in case some of you may not know who he is. Maybe by looking at the picture that might remind you. And I'll leave it on there for as long as I'm reading. So Richie, if you wouldn't mind letting me know if you can see it, I'd appreciate it. Okay, here goes.
We're getting experimental today. There you are.
You see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and get started. And I titled the poem, "A Bridge, Not Bruises." Representative John Lewis lost his battle against pancreatic cancer on Friday, July 16th, 2020. He was once a young Black man who was beaten with a barrage of blows from a billy club, not for being belligerent, but for being brave on Bloody Sunday. Now, at the very least, he deserves to have a certain bridge named after him by his beloved nation. He wasn't known for boastful banter, but wasn't bashful with his beautiful words to inspire others, including one named Barack. Like the other Big Six, he represented the best of the nation, dedicating his life to make it better. He didn't bemoan Black Lives Matter. He was motivated by the movement. Despite our nation's setbacks, for which none of us is blameless, he remained big-hearted, not bitter. And now, he's a soul who I hope someday will beam with pride when the nation will reach its breathtaking promise.
Amen.
So that's the second, the first poem. The second one is, tied to your theme, and I don't know if you can see that picture. Can you see that picture?
No, not right now.
Okay, hold on. Oh, I know why, because I stopped sharing. Okay. Okay, here we go. Now, do you see it?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So the second poem is called An Ode to Life. Can you hear me? Okay, good. Landed a good job. That's now a career, but the student loan hasn't been paid off. Had a nice wedding and honeymoon. That's now a happy marriage, but the student loan hasn't paid off. Live in a nice place, raising children and a puppy, but the student loan hasn't been paid off. Drive reliable cars, traveling to destinations and celebrations, but the student loan hasn't been paid off. Wear new clothes, use gym memberships, and enjoy concerts, but the student loan hasn't been paid off. Children come of age, graduate, and start their own careers, but the student loan hasn't been paid off. Health declines, retirement is in reach, and now I'm 6 feet under. And guess what? The student loan hasn't been paid off. So, and then here's the last and third point, which is the shortest one. And let me again share. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. Make sure to go full screen too.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay, you ready? I'm sure you're more than ready.
We are ready. Bring it on.
Okay.
Bring it on.
Okay. You see that?
Yeah. Don't forget to go full screen. There you go.
Is it full screen now? Okay. So this last one is called Tata Dios. In Mexico, you know, some people call God Tata or Tata, as in father. So that's why I titled it Tata Dios. If seeing is believing, what is touching? If touching is confirmation, what is hearing? If hearing is assurance, what is speaking? If speaking is testimony, what else is there? Thanks again, Richie. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you as well, and of course, big shout out. I'm glad that you started this to you know, get your son involved. I see Gabriel; he's getting involved more too. He's liking pages and on the live streams. So little by little, we'll get him on. We'll get there. So let's go ahead and switch it back up. Thank you, Dr. A. Once again, appreciate you joining us. And yeah, once again, we have a lot of performers. We're going to try and get everyone their time. That was Dr. A kicking things off. And next up, we have, for the very first time, I got to meet him last Thursday. I got to jump on the Thursday night New York Poets Cafe open mic. That was a lot of fun. I got to meet a lot of new performers, so I'm gonna give them a shout out. And other open mics I've been kind of meeting along the way. But we have Joe Ski out of Seattle tonight. He's gonna share some music. How are you doing today, Joe Ski?
Oh, I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. I'm coming through. You can hear me?
We can hear you just fine. So tell us a little bit of what you're gonna play for us tonight.
So I'm gonna start with a song I wrote for nurses everywhere, with everything going on. But you know, I also want to send this out to all the other healthcare workers, from physicians to respiratory therapists to lab and x-ray people, right down to the food workers and the housekeepers who keep the whole thing going. Everybody's putting themselves at great risk trying to take care of us right now. And so this is my song for nurses. This is Night Nurse. Night nurse, take away my pain. I see day again. I never knew I could hurt so bad. You're the closest thing to a friend I had. Night nurse, take away my pain. Night nurse, will I see day again? I'm sick and tired and so forlorn. Just the flip side to being born. Night nurse, take away my pain. Night nurse, will I see day again? I left my body, found I could fly. I'm not alone, not afraid to die. Night nurse, take away my pain. Night nurse, will I see day again? Night nurse, take away, take away, take away, take away my pain. Take away, take away, take away, take away my pain. Take away, take away, take away, take away my pain. Take away, take away, take away, take away my pain.
Yeah, Joe Ski. See, that was awesome, man. I was grooving with that.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, you know, I mentioned that I've been writing songs about the border, and I'm very happy once again to be in Texas tonight. So, with this song, I indict Donald J. Trump for crimes against humanity. This is called, something I wrote called Children in Cages. Children in cages, niños en jaulas, land without mercy, so insecure we're losing our freedom, happens in stages with children in cages. Turn on the TV, click the next channel, it's been a long day, search for distraction, you got your people, you got your problems. Which side of the fence do you want to be on? We're losing our freedom. Happens in stages with children in cages. No toothbrush, no shower, no freedom, no power, no silver blanket can keep us warm. Nobody reads the truth on the pages. Despots grab power down through the ages. President acting on all the wrong stages. He mixes up lines but can't hide his hatred. We're losing our freedom. Happens in stages with children in cages. No toothbrush, no shower, no freedom, no power. blanket can keep us warm. Children in cages, niños in jaulas, and without mercy, so insecure we're losing our freedom. Happens in stages with children in cages. Children in cages, niños in jaulas, land without mercy, so insecure we're losing our freedom. Happens in stages, we put children in cages.
Very awesome. Thank you, Joski. Do you yeah, before we move on, please tell us any projects that we can support or follow you at.
So I'm recording an album right now, but I would say this: I've got some other songs along this line, and I'm trying to pound it hard. I mean, honestly, I'm trying to sing these songs wherever I can, because I believe that music and poetry can change the world, and that's the premise that I'm working by. So I can be contacted at Joeski C. It's Joeski, last name C, like the ocean, S-C-A. I'm on Gmail, joeskic@gmail.com. I'm so old I still email. Everybody else is doing other stuff. But if anybody has a venue and they think that it would be a good thing for these songs to be heard, please shoot me a line. I like so many of us, like all of us, I hope. I'm working hard to make some change, and I'm hoping. Anyway, so you can reach me at Gmail at joeskic@gmail.com. So, have I used my time or?
Let's see. Let me look at the list. I think we're good. You have a shorter one, like a
real short one.
Yeah, I think we're vibing. I'm looking at the YouTube chat. Yeah. Please, and then this is your first time with us, so do your thing, man.
Okay, brother. So, along the same lines, this is called Border. Here at the border, we knock on your door, speaking to your hearts. Ask them to open, running from danger. How could this happen? Into the ice cold hands of these kidnappers in the asylum. Todo es loco. Donde mi niños? Donde está su corazón? Border, we travel so far, hope for our children, that's what you stood for, running from danger. How could this happen? Into the ice cold hands of these kidnappers in the asylum. Todo es loco. ¿Dónde está mi niño? ¿Dónde está su corazón? In the asylum, todo es loco. You kidnap our children. You kidnap our children. ¿Dónde está mi niño? ¿Dónde está su corazón?
All right. Thank you, Joe Ski.
Thank you,
Appreciate
brother, for
that.
having me. Thank you, everyone.
That's right. Yeah, very, very pertinent issues. You know, there's so much going on in the world, so much to be addressed, especially that. You know, and so I want to give a shout out to some friends, the Tornillo Collective. Definitely check them out if you haven't. It's also a similar concept. You might be able to team up with them. I'll send your email along, Joski, if maybe you guys can work something out. They have like a play, and it's about the same thing. The arts dedicated towards drawing attention to asylum seekers being put into cages, and all the terribleness that it is, and just kind of keeping people informed on what's going on. So yes, thank you, Joski. We're gonna go ahead and continue on.
Thank you, brother. I so appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us, and shout out to Kit. He did leave a link there, I believe, to an article there. You can learn more about Tornillo Collective. We'll try and share that on the YouTube chat as well. Cool. We're gonna keep it going though. We do have a lot of writers. We have a lot of people to share tonight. We're gonna try and get untimely as we can. Once again, welcome to the Stay at Home Open Mic. My name is Richie Marrufo. We're going to go ahead and move it on to another favorite along here. We just started Tumble Words Up Project Up Again, which is a weekly writing workshop series. And her workshop kicked it off a couple weeks back. We have Robin Schofield in the house. Robin, let's see.
Hi, guys.
All right, let's get you on here. Where are you?
I'm right here.
Okay, there you are. I'm going to highlight your video so we can see you the whole time.
All right.
But welcome back. How are you doing today?
Thanks, Richie. I'm pretty good. All right. I'm going to read 3 poems from a newish manuscript. It's not exactly new stuff, but it's newly typed. And this first one is called Passage to the North. I didn't see the hawks today, hunting rodents over the long grasses while floating flapless over the ridge. They have likely departed north. Nature gives them both an extra charge. Just today, though, I heard the songbirds start up again, a sweet performance. Desert marigolds about to bloom. Give them 2 weeks to migrate across the desert scape. Which way, America? Liberty is always further north. Follow the star out of one danger zone into another, La Fronteriza, to hear the questions. Who are you? What do you want? Where are you going? Where are you from? You must step up to the threshold, singing birds who think the hawk is gone. Heading north like birds, you arrive at the checkpoint with only what you can carry on your back and hold in your hands. You go in the footsteps of the revolution. You go from your life that made you leave, your home not even as safe as a nest in the ground. Thank you. All right, this one's called Faithful in the Desert. I have prayed and fasted, not for 40 days. I followed you here. Why would I leave you? 3 days was enough for the visions. My version of honey and locusts was lime juice, cayenne, and maple syrup. The old world waved as in a mirage, vanished like mountains in a snow cloud. Our weather is various. This is now my homeland. I have studied which tree to place in the parched sand, Mexican sunflower that seeds itself profusely like all desert plants. I can live through drought. The underground channel of the river is still alive, bristling with silvery minnow grown dormant. My eyes raw from sand in the wind. A fire in the desert shrub gives me pause. What stops the destruction? The smoke makes a beautiful sunset, but who is fooled? How could I be unfaithful to the hawk and the hummingbird? Exile has become our stay with the crosses and the creosote, and the desert willow will soon open with pink bloom. Okay, and this is called King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. Steady rain for months now that it's June, and the Pennsylvania master gardeners are all worried about root rot. I think no one lives in this town. They commute to the casino and eat out at the many expensive restaurants with their plentiful portions. Yet here is the entrance to Valley Forge, where soldiers once spent a harsh winter. The trees so tall I can't see the sky. Maples, beeches, ginkgo, oak, hemlock. Everything grows here in mounded beds. Vinca, marigold, petunia, dragon leaf dianthus. So easy to shove a spade into the ground. The black dirt, unlike the hard scrabble caliche in the Chihuahuan desert where I live. Somehow it's a comfort to sit in a cold room with 1,100 others who also know that the climate crisis is real. We can discuss the foreboding news while they pass out bottled water. I don't take any. I don't touch my breakfast. It's too much. There's a glut. And then, at the risk of making myself look bad, I'd like to read a poem by Mary Oliver out of her Pulitzer Prize winning book, House of Light. And it's called The Lilies Break Open Over the Dark Water. Inside that mud hive, that gas sponge, that reeking leaf yard, that rippling dream bowl, the leeches flecked and swirling broth of life as rich as Babylon. The fists crack open and the wands of the lilies quicken. They rise like pale poles with their wrapped beaks of lace. One day they tear the surface. The next they break open over the dark water. And there you are on the shore, fitful and thoughtful, trying to attach them to an idea, some news of your own life. But the lilies are slippery and wild. They are devoid of meaning. They are simply doing from the deepest spurs of their being what they are impelled to do every summer. And so, dear sorrow, are you. Thank you, Mary Oliver. Oh, and I'd like to plug my book, Flow. It won the Southwest Book of the Year a couple of years ago. It's still available. So please look at Flow.
Yeah, where can people find that if they want to look for it? Robin Schofield Flow on Amazon?
I think it's on Amazon. It's better if you go to, I'll have to check with the local bookstores. I think it's in the local bookstores like Brave Books and Literarity.
Okay, yeah, shout out to those places.
And then
even
there's
if
also Street of Trees has a Gmail address now. It's streetoftrees@gmail.com. So we're getting techno over there.
good, we're getting there. Awesome. Thank you, Robin, for joining us once again on a Monday. Enjoy. Yes, everyone was clapping. They're muted, but we can see them. There you go. Yeah, don't be afraid to unmute yourselves to snap and clap and cheer. We love to hear that on the live streams. Okay, so going on from Robin, mentioned her. She missed last week, and we really missed her. There's always an absence when she doesn't get to share her work. And I made a typo when saying that she would be next. You know, I know it's Donna Snyder, but I think I typed in Slayer by accident. It was a typo, but it does seem pretty cool because you're gonna come up and slay anyway. Let's go ahead and welcome Donna Snyder to the chat.
Thanks, Richie. That's my new screen name. I've decided. I decided to read this just a few minutes ago because I had given this book to someone who had brought me food. And I got a message from her this morning saying, how did you choose the artwork? I mean, I really like the cover, and then you open the book and it's all that carnage. And I said, carnage, really? And so she pointed out to me a couple of poems that she thought were filled with carnage, not carnality, carnage, which is kind of a shock for me. And so I'm going to read the ones she chose. I mean, the ones that she pointed out to me as being particularly violent and full of cruelty. And this one is called The Thieving Wind. I'm reading out of the book, The Tongue Has Its Secrets, published by Neopoiesis Press in 2016. And this particular piece was also published on Isacoustic, a really cool literary zine, and then published in an anthology from Isacoustic. And it's called The Thieving Wind. I can't think now, can't make sense now, can't quit howling and scaring the dogs. Someone sends me a poem, lovely with hortensia, blue bloom-filled corners I can't see because wind fills my eyes with grit. My ears and mouth are full of desert. I tell myself that is why I can't hear the voice of the beloved. But there is no beloved, only two unmatched half creatures. Or maybe the one is whole in his not there-ness, while I am nothing but flaking crepe, redolent of fire. The odor of charred flesh and ash chokes me, fills my nose and lungs with something toxic, stills my breath. I hear groans, realize they emanate from my own chest. My flesh desiccates into the scales of a lizard, its tail left inert behind the prickly pear. Through the pitiless wind, a banshee shrieks, did you not hear me, old woman? No one longs for you, fretting when you are not around. No one reaches for you as solace from the endless gawping nothing that fills the night. No one there but the thieving wind, which leaves nothing but the stain of being no one's necessary. No one seeks you, old woman, languishing for your touch. Nothing waits but the grave, obscured by shadows beneath a dun-colored sky, heedless of the cry for a comforting hand. Thanks, Richie. And this one also she thought was bizarre and violent. And it's based in my hometown in Twitty, Texas, where I grew up. And it's called Blue Northern. In the North Texas Panhandle, southbound truckers blast down Highway 83, headed to where the wind's not from the north and not called blue. Winds and storm outside become the Valkyries, the concrete septic tank a magic stone. Women warriors ride like furies across the frozen plain. An Irish woman outruns a chariot, gives birth to twins, lays a curse. The wind takes my spirit in its arms and flees. Mama lights the candle and locks the door. Thanks, Regine. Right now, there's a lot of awareness of the abduction and murder and mutilation of indigenous women, both in the United States of America as well as in Canada. And there seems to have been a rejuvenation in the femicides in Juarez, which of course are world famous. And this is called the Muse of Juarez. Bodies of girls scattered. Somebody killed the Muse, last seen lying in an alley, tongue severed, served in tacos on the street. Eyeballs, naked as glass without paint, tossed to a boy huddled on the curb. Lids stitched to eyebrows. Nose cut off to spite her face, thrown into the salsa at La Cometa. Fingertips scorched by poison. Wrists tied behind her back, hands bound with a bungee cord, the softest flesh scored with the tip of a butcher knife. Her words ash in the back seat of a burned out car. Girls immobilized, senses stunned into senselessness, panties knotted around necks, mama's grief gone dry and mute as the desert. This empty lot on the edge of J-Town, its unmistakable stench of ruined flesh, bodies of women scattered like seed of desert shrubbery sown in dead stones. An old woman's body. Somebody killed the Muse, replaced her sense of self with endless shame, showed her to herself, repulsive, dying flesh, overpowering stench, flaccid skin, the gaping hole, ignominy of an old woman's body. Again, a severed tongue, body twisted into a shape unholy and irreparable, consigned to a twilight of inutility and shame. No offer of caresses or shelter, life stolen because no offer of caress or shelter, life stolen because death was coming anyway, always, without resurrection. The sound of blackbirds. Somebody killed the Muse, her words trampled beneath the feet of savages, beneficent touch stolen, inexorably replaced with the current of living death, soon enough to be dying breath. A figment of irrepressible self now gone. No more reprieve than mercy. The hidden well contaminated. The world silent, a dead stone. Nothing but the sound of blackbirds crying out in grief.
Wait.
Thank you, whoever that was.
Yeah, Donna. With some love. That's what that was.
Thanks. This is my cover poem. And it's by Hiver Fonseca. And it was published in Chismosa Press, which I know has a piece or two by, yeah, right there, by Kit Wren, and I have one piece in it. And this is one piece by Hiver Fonseca, who presented 2 workshops for Tumble Awards last December, I believe. He's brilliant. Padre de familia waits in la línea del Puente Córdoba singing. That's the title. I want my first breath to be of rhyme. I am breath blown on a hot summer night. I want to fill up a blouse hanging on the porch of a house for a family of 5. Soy un montón de piedras desmoronándose. I want to pick them up and skip them on the Rio Bravo. La vida? La vida es una larga espera. My last quavering breath is but a whole note, apelando nothing. Thank you very much, you guys.
Yeah, Donna.
Woo, woo.
Thank you. Glad you get to make it today. Yeah, we really did miss your presence last week.
I missed it too. Thanks, Joe.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, I was typing out a list, and then you ended. I was like, oh, hold on, wait. So I'll post that too, so you
I'll
guys get an
mention
idea.
that Monica Gomez is presenting a workshop this Saturday for Tumblewoods Project. It's the running up to the 25th anniversary of free weekly creative workshops in the borderlands. And right now, because of the pandemic, we're doing it by Zoom as well. And so look me up. It'll be posted on my page. It'll be posted on the Tumblewoods page. It'll be posted on most group pages, many group pages. And what we are all about is writing on the spot and reading aloud. And Monica Gomez is a prize-winning songwriter and slam poet winner. And she's presenting a workshop called Listening to Trees.
Awesome. Thank you, Donna. Yeah, check out Tumblewords, and the best part is you don't have to be in El Paso to attend. These are going to be virtual, so if you guys want to get your writing on, go check out any of those workshops. And before we go on, how can they follow Tumblewords Writing Project or get in contact with you?
Well, I can do I'll put a link on here in a minute if I figure it out. But on Facebook, my name's Donna Snyder, and I post everything on my own page. But there's also a page called Tumblewords Project. Tumblewords Project on Facebook, and post everything there. There's a Wix little website created by Sandy Torres, and you can find the schedule on there as well. But the up to the minute is usually on my page and on the Tumblewords page on Facebook.
Cool, awesome. I saw Donna posted it, and Kit put the link on there on our chat, so which is cool. Kit's been coming through in the clutch there. Really appreciate that. It's hard to like try and control these things at once. So I appreciate the help.
Sure is.
Cool.
I know.
All right.
It's the gift of 2 monitors. That's how I'm doing it.
There you go. Yeah, I'm using an iPad, but it's not working. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and continue, guys. We have a lot of readers, a lot of new readers too. So I want to make sure to give them warm welcomes once they get on. Especially those of you who are joining us, who maybe heard about this through the New Rican Poets Cafe. Or so I was kind of writing out the list just so you guys can have an idea of who's coming up. Doing these online things, sometimes people like get offline. We're trying to get people on. So we have Lee MS followed by Kalupo, and then Mr. Tesosumak, and then Kit. Those are their next performers. You guys can have a little bit of a preview. But right now, I tried really hard to stick around. They signed up to perform at the New Rican today, and I had to get this one started. So I tried really hard to stay, and I missed it. But they're here now. We have Lee MS in the house. Lee, how are you doing? How'd it go?
It was amazing, and I'm glad you missed it. That way you don't have to listen to it twice.
Oh, that helps.
So number one, I did do the failing forward writing theme. So that's the very first one I'm going to be reading today. So I'll start off. This is only in English. The other two, that is the actual one that I read through the New Yorican, it's in English and Spanish. Failing forward, must I find my footing again? Let me move this here. Must I find my footing again after every single fall or stumble? Do I have to move forward, fall forward, stagger forward, falter forward in cycles? Will I ever have the time to enjoy the dirt beneath me, dig my feet and fingernails into the mud and sink my roots in place? How else would I grow these flowers? Am I allowed to stay rooted, spread these branches and bloom? Or should I be uprooted every time the wind unearths these foundations, snaps my branches and withers my flowers? When can I rest? When can I grow if all I'm doing is staggering forward, tumbling with the wind after every fall? So that was the first one. And then for the New Yorican one, so I did write. Thank you. So I did write for the New Yorican. This is the one that I read. So this is called Chronicles of an Exorcism. This body is not a temple, but a haunted house covered with traces of past tragedies. 2002. The burning marks of your hands between the tenderness of my thighs. The wails of the legends we have heard since children building in the back of my throat as a red inferno colors my skin. 2003. I conjured your attention not knowing what was behind the gates. To this date, I can feel my skin crawling at the memory of your fingertips, marring the way I saw myself. Who is that face I see on the mirror? I have distanced myself from the past, hoping to call these ghouls just a figment of my imagination. 2004. Claw marks on my back left behind by the apparition. He sneaked his paws under my skirt and left a mark that stung until I was alone. I would never walk alone again. Not at night, not at day. There was nowhere safe. The words that follow hurt more than the memory of fire. 2005. Your lips are mine. My lips are yours. We were bound by obsessions and the reluctance to acknowledge our debts. No unfinished business, no afterlife to go. I should have noticed the carcass of us we dragged through the years. But I say this in retrospect, as I can now finally see you for what you were. 2007. Another set of claws wrap around my throat. I gasp for air and look at the fog melting from the windows as my eyes submerge. I could have run, but I followed and I drowned. 2009. Slender fingers burning against my thighs, arms now pinned against a wall by an angry fiend. I choke back the ghost of a whimper as the demon loosens its grip and I run. 2010. Face against the sharpness of pillows. I must have left this body again. The sleep paralysis demon straddles me and I muffle my voice in its sharpness. 2011. I tried to exorcise these demons. I lay in bed sick to the core. The demon sleeps in my sleep until its insides twist and turn with glee and leaves. I bend in front of the bathroom sink, lights out, house empty, and let my insides burn the corners of my lips. 2012. I returned to the house seeking answers. I found turmoil in silence, the unquiet voice within my head begging for me to leave. I learned to listen to my gut right after. I left for the last time, but the ghost and demons followed through for a while, until they got bored and left me with echoes of what was, who I was, nightmares awakening me from the deepest of sleeps and cold sweats. 2020. I have burned the house down to ashes and wetted the bodies of all my torments. A girl got caught in the fire, but she laughed and laughed and laughed. Consider me cleansed. This body is not a temple. This body is not a haunted house. This body is a cemetery where I mourn the girl that I lost to the fire and celebrate my rebirth.
Damn.
Hot stuff.
And this is the Spanish. Do I still have time, or am I like running over?
You got time. You got time.
Right.
We
You got time.
we wanted to clap. I was gonna say that fit like several of our past themes, so that was like perfect.
And then this one is the one in Spanish, Bitácora de un exorcismo. Este cuerpo no es un templo, es una casa embrujada, llena de vestigios de tragedias pasadas. 2002. Las marcas fogosas de tus manos entre la tierna piel de mi entrepierna. Los lamentos de las leyendas que hemos escuchado desde niños acumulándose tras mi garganta mientras un infierno rojo colorea mi piel. 2003. Conjuré tu atención sin saber qué había detrás de las puertas. Hasta la fecha, puedo sentir mi piel retorciéndose ante el recuerdo de las yemas de tus dedos, desfigurando mi imagen. ¿Quién es ese rostro que veo en el espejo? Me he distanciado del pasado con la esperanza de recatalogar esos demonios como productos de mi imaginación. 2004. Marcas de zarpas contra mi espalda dejadas por la aparición. Metió sus garras debajo de mi falda y dejó una marca que no dejó de arder hasta que estuve solo. Nunca volvería a caminar solo, ni de noche, ni de día. No hay lugares seguros. Las palabras que siguieron dolieron más que el recuerdo del fuego. 2005. Tus labios son míos, mis labios son tuyos, ligados por obsesiones y reticencias a reconocer nuestras muertes. No había asuntos pendientes, no había un más allá para escapar. Debería de haber notado el cadáver de nosotros que arrastramos por los años. Pero digo esto en retrospectiva, una vez que pude verte por lo que eras. 2007. Otro par de zarpas envuelven mi garganta. Busco el aire mientras empañan las ventanas. Mis ojos se sumergen. Podría haber huido, pero decidí seguirlo y terminé bajo el agua. 2009. Dedos delgados quemando nuevamente mi entrepierna. Un demonio clavando mis brazos contra la pared. Ahogó el fantasma de un grito cuando el demonio suelta el control sobre mí y corrí. 2010. Contra la aspereza de las almohadas, debo haber abandonado mi cuerpo nuevamente, paralizado por el peso de un demonio sobre mi espalda, y amortiguo mi voz en la aspereza de la cama. 2011. Traté de exorcizar estos demonios. Me acosté en la cama, enfermo hasta la médula. El demonio se desliza en mis sueños hasta que su interior se retuerce con alegría y se esfuma. Me inclino frente al lavabo del baño, las luces apagadas, la casa vacía, y dejo que mis entrañas quemen las comisuras de mis labios. 2012. Regresé a la casa buscando respuestas. Encontré caos en el silencio, la voz de mi cabeza inquieta, rogándome por escapar. Aprendí a escuchar ese instinto justo después. Me fui por última vez, pero los fantasmas y demonios me siguieron el rastro, hasta que se aburrieron y me dejaron solo con los ecos del pasado, de quien fui. Pesadillas despertándome de mis sueños más profundos, empapando en un sudor frío. 2020. Quemé la casa hasta verla en cenizas y, con ella, los cuerpos de todos mis tormentos. Una niña quedó atrapada en el fuego, pero la vi reír y reír y reír. Considérame libre de todo fantasma, demonio y apariciones. Este cuerpo no es un templo, este cuerpo no es una casa embrujada. Este cuerpo es un cementerio donde le guardo luto a la niña que perdí en el incendio y celebro mi resurrección.
Yeah. Thank you, Lee MS.
Thank you.
So I love getting to hear both of those, English and Spanish. And so you followed suit. You did the thing where you put your backdrop on. As Erica said, it's a dope background, and your info. So if anyone wants to like drop a tip, if you love that, want to support the work, go check out the Venmo, the Cash App, and of course the Instagram. Tell us where we can follow you and support your work.
So Instagram is where is my link? Over here. Right over here. Somewhere there.
I still do that too.
There. And it's Cadáveres dash Literarios. And I also, by the way, my book is going to be free on Amazon ebook from the 22nd to the 25th. So let me just send the link and there you go. If you guys want to like get it for free, I don't mind. It's completely free by that point.
Yes, awesome. Yeah, we want to read it. I'll read it. You got to remind us. We'll get it. And if you enjoy it, just send that tip. You're happy to have the info there. So did you get to read all those at the Neo, or just like the one, the two?
Just the one in English, because the Spanish I didn't have chance, but they want me to go back and to read it in Spanish. So I'll go back and read it in Spanish.
Awesome, and you definitely should. Definitely, yeah. It's a lot tighter there, right?
Yeah, very fast paced.
It's good though. You got to be ready. We're just chilling. We're hanging out a little bit like a open mic podcast type situation. So thank you for coming out. Your presence is such a huge part of this at this point, Ali. So thank you for always coming out and sharing your stuff. And also, thank you for writing the theme. I know some people get shy about it, but we gotta keep creating. You know what I'm saying? So. A lot of people have been asking, so the New Rican Poets Cafe, yes, that one, the very famous one, does open mics on Monday nights and Thursday nights. Monday nights is poetry specific. You have to get there like a whole day ahead, and the list fills up very quickly. But if you want more info, I'll put down the chat for you guys. And Don is asking, let's see, what are we doing? Yeah, so Thursday is just full on open mic, not just poetry, but it could be music, comedy. Definitely check it out. We're trying to do that here, kind of become a cultural institution, get people writing and performing and feeling comfortable with their voices. So we're going to go ahead and switch it up. First timers here on this open mic, but definitely established musicians. We have Galupo joining us out of Juarez, Mexico, Ciudad Juarez, Analdi. I saw you here right now. Let's get you on. How are you doing today? Thanks for joining us.
Really good, thank you.
Hey, good night.
Let's see let's get your video featured here.
Yes, thanks.
Okay, cool. Oh, awesome. So how you guys doing? You good?
Good, yes.
So what do you have? It's all good. I think all of us are in some way. What do you have prepared for us today?
Well, we have two songs. One of the songs is composed by Osvaldo, and then the other one is I did it. So we're gonna do just two for today.
All right, I'm excited. Take it away. Welcome.
All
Right, thank you.
All right, we're gonna start first, and it's called
So this is called Sugar.
Sugar.
So we hope you enjoy it. Oh. Why leave this house you don't know? It's late and you're sleeping, I'm leaving and you don't know. We are so marked, nobody tells me what to do. Don't misunderstand me. my family. But this goddamn guilt, this goddamn ring, it's something I'm getting rid of this night. If she comes with me, half or maybe play my bed. I don't mind, she's younger than my daughter. No one can say no to Cancun. Brand new clothes or brand new cell phone.
Awesome. Yeah. Dig it. Dig it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you said you had. What's up? Sorry. Go for it. Go for it.
No. You go for it.
Said you had another one, right?
Yes. So the other one that we have, this is a different theme. It's called, it's about femicides, and it's a really big problem over here in J-Town. So I made this song to talk about all of my sisters that had been killed. So I hope you guys like it. Sunday she works at 11 o'clock. Mom, they wait for me. Susie turns 21. Hey girl, I'll be there. My dad just couldn't say no. Hey girl, I'll be there. He said.
Wow. Yes. People are loving that.
Thank you, thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Man, that's there's so much I want to ask and say. First of all, like, is that recorded anywhere? Are those recorded anywhere that we can listen to support? Tell us how we can support your work and listen to that forever.
Thank you,
thank
thank
you.
you. So we're missing right now the drummer and the bass player, but we're actually currently recording this song. It's almost done, and we're gonna start working on the video as well. So probably we'll say in about a month, we'll have everything ready and our first EP on Spotify and everywhere, so you guys can.
Yeah. And how
For
can we
now-
follow? Yeah, follow you
Yeah.
guys.
For now, you guys can look for us at our Instagram and Facebook. We're as Calupo, CALUPOH.
Yeah. I love it. Thank you for joining us. And I was commenting on the chat. You showed up at our open mic like years back, as a young one, and now you're studying music and you teach music as well, right? Do you want to give that a shout out as well?
Oh yeah, sure. For everyone, I'm working currently at Soundstage 9. It's music school. We also have showcases. So if you're interested, just I'll leave my number right here in the chat and Soundstage 9. Information as well. So if you guys are interested, we teach guitar, piano. We do voice lessons and violin, ukulele, bass. So if you're ready, we started at age 5 years old. Even 4. I've had kids 4 years old that I teach piano too. So
Awesome.
never late.
Very cool. Don't forget to drop those social media links on the chat, and we'll all follow you. Thank you once again, guys. Osvaldo, Anali.
Thank you for having us. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I'm excited to see those recordings. So we're going to go ahead and keep it moving, guys. We are going to go ahead and go from Ciudad Juarez to Los Angeles. For the very first time today, we have Mr. Tesosomok in the house, Chicano poet. And I want you to talk about your writing as well, how we can follow you. But first, let's go ahead and hear some of your content. Let's get you unmuted. Let's see. Yeah, there you are.
You got me unmuted.
There you go. Welcome,
All
man.
right.
Good to have you.
Good. Yeah, you got a chance to hear quite a bit of variety of my stuff, so we'll try something deeper in the edge there. This piece is titled Border X. You are listening to La Frontera X, Radio Chingado, where you have come to suffer el síndrome del inmigrante. I will tell you, it's not a corrido, it's not a pastorela, not teatro carpa, not even an NEA subsidized art project. No, it's it's pure suffering, cabrones. Aquí you can't pretend to be Pedro Páramo. You have not come to Comala, no donkeys to get you across the Tecate border. Welcome to Purgatory, sponsored by PLC, and it's not tender loving care, pendejos. Not even Turner loves Chicanos. Our motto is the border will run out before the festering desire to cross it. Call it what you will, La Frontera, La Cruzada, a 5K title, Run for the Border, El Paso Incognito, Radio Chingado on the air. We have a quebradita for you just east of the Otay Corral, brought to you by Los Broncos. Radio Chingado. With the weather for you pollos, the ground is full of brasas, but don't worry, it doesn't make you braceros. Today, for your listening pleasure, boleros, so you can play with your canicas till the night comes. This is Johnny Chingas on Radio Chingado. Grease up your feathers, pollitos. Today could be your lucky day. Today, the tortilla curtain becomes podrida. Never mind the thermal imaging technology, pollitos. Run across the bucolic sagebrush. Never mind the Pentagon hand-me-downs. We have pelado technology, pollo camouflage, the ability to pass 60% of the pollos. We have Mexicano stealth. All of a sudden, we are serving you a taco wango at your nearest run for the border. We are babysitting your kids, cleaning your gardens, and doing what your big ass won't do in Cipido. If you just tuned in, this is Johnny Chingas on Radio Chingado. And if you did not make it across Dead Man's Canyon, you will be gladly met by Operation Gatekeeper up somewhere in the big Mexicano sky. Inmigrante, if you just arrived, welcome to La Colonia Libertad. Admire the red-tailed hawk as it crosses the border without the need of papeles. The bottleneck dolphin laughing as it crosses the border to the amigo country. The dollar does not need a passport. The big companies don't need passports. Only you, pobre mexicanito. You are listening to Radio Chingado, the voice of the voiceless, where we tell you about those green chiles standing on the inside of the Estados Unidos podridos. Bienvenidos a Tijuana Nirvana, cabrones. So that's that piece. All right, so I'm gonna jump into my second piece, the Chichi. Europe has, hello? Can you guys hear me?
You're good.
Yeah, I'm good. Okay. This piece is titled The Chichi. Europe has with the blade of the sword, the neigh of the horse, bent the Mexican as a dog begging for Christendom, begging at Christendom's door, the seal of the cross, the word of their God, our souls bent to kiss the bowels of Eurocentric absolution. Cultural genocide, language denied. We are mute in the powdered white face of Porfirio Diaz. We have accepted dogdom because survival is wanton. As dogs, we never complain at the abuse handed down by our masters. The bread and blood of the old world has made canine Mexica sorrowful, melancholic. Cultural castration, spiritual decimation. As people, we have given up to the embrace of fatalism, to death, to impotence. Francisco Javier Clavijero, a Catholic priest, once wrote in his Historia Antigua de Mexico, the history of Mexico, about a small dog-like animal domesticated by the original inhabitants and of this continent. He was so impressed by the docile animal, its insatiable appetite for attention, its mammalian childlikeness. He thought enough about it to give it a couple of paragraphs in his writing. In abstract words, he expressed the Spaniards' need for meat and how they ate the animal to extinction. 500 years later, we continue to feel and hear the teeth gashes at our necks from the Spaniards' hunger. Their stomachs have overwritten their groins, but they have not extinguished their hunger. We continue to bow, smile, and cheer them up for being so far away from their homeland that we're willing to make this place like their old world, one of pestilence, hatred, ravage, so that they may feel at home, while our souls continue to be eaten like small Tachichi dogs. That's that piece. And then I have a small one to conclude. This is called Curvas Mexicanos. I stumble into 8th and Howard, somewhere in the middle of the Civic Center in San Francisco, thrown from the underground, landed flat face on my mortality. I can hear Michael Jackson's Annie blaring on the overhead speakers. He left the blood stains on the carpet. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? I travel back and forth on my life, rough roads, soft landings, agony, and some happiness. I want to be someplace else, but I'm here, destined to drink a medium cup of coffee with my mortality. A black man crosses in front of me, voice box, squawking and still smoking. The elderly, homosexual in his see-through jersey, the homeless transgender, the wilted tattooed hippie lady, the aged punk rocker woman with illegible writing around her neck, the schizophrenic saying hello to everyone, including himself. I hear the rumble of the city like a giant beehive, ceaseless, humming and buzzing. Years earlier, I sat in San Jose del Pacifico in the cold sierras of Oaxaca. I had ingested mushrooms. I was positive with a question: do you want to be like the bee, part of a great collective with a place in the ex machina, a place with a predetermined fate and function, or did I want to be like the deer, free, unencumbered by the means of collectivization, free to travel, free to roam alone, existential by all means. Without a second thought, I chose to be like the deer. But today, the cold bottom of my coffee, taste of death, I breathe death, I eat death. As my father lays in his coffin, waiting to be recycled by the earth, which choice did I really make? That's the end.
Right on. Yes, yes.
And you can check out my latest book, Gaseous, Poems and Pain from the Halls of Injustice in Amazon. I'll put a link on the chat. And then you can also follow me at Gaseous 2019, which is the title of my book.
Right on.
Beautiful, brother. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely feel that. Gashes out of Floricanto Press. Dig
Right,
it. Dig it a lot.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week. And I forgot, yeah, we'll do a theme for next week. I've been brainstorming some themes. Stick around. I'll reveal it at the end of the show. For sure. But all right, we're gonna keep it moving because we do have more people. So check out our next 4 performers are going to be Kit Wren, followed by Phil, aka Midnight, then Christine Ponce Diaz, and then Bruce Taylor. All right, and yeah, Kit is in the house. He has popularized the cover poem. What do you have for us today?
I have a hard act to follow, is what I have. Desert Stomach set us on fire and then put it out with an axe. But I'll do my best, which is all anyone can ask. I tried to pick old things that fit the theme because I'm not sure if the new thing fits the theme, but I'll go through them all anyway. And I picked this before our new friend from Seattle said what he said, so this is not meant as a reply. I wrote this like 5 years ago about something that happened 6 years ago. I don't know how the conversation transitioned from bad puns to general theories of art, but it was sudden and regrettable. He insisted to us repeatedly that it's only art if the artist thought it would change the world. He had no method. He had no examples. He was so earnestly wrong-headed that I wanted to hug him and tell him everything's going to be okay, little buddy. But these gestures can be misinterpreted. My smaller, fairer, and meaner companion went on the attack, recited the theories of Deleuze like a prayer, intense and precise. She leaned in triumphant as his face became gaunt, confronted with what he did not know that he did not know. For my part, I contributed flecks of light at the margin. I mentioned the death of the author, the intention fallacy, and a shortened tale of Kafka and Kafka's dull, slow-witted friend Max, the least reliable literary executor in the world, a man who could not be trusted to start a fire with just paper. He was in the end unfazed, unconvinced, unshaken. He continued to believe in things unseen and soon moved on to the all-hour sandwich shop next door. And we, the unacknowledged legislators of the bar room, ordered 2 more doubles. Took turns saying, I don't know, man. I don't know. We didn't. And we were sick with envy of the insolent ones who thought they did, of the man whose innocence we had failed to even dent. Right on. And for a happier story in a different bar, Friday night, uncaffeinating myself at the local bar in the company of my best friend, who is also my personal attorney. He has been stood up for the second time this week by the same woman. But he won't accept my laughter or my sympathy. At least I'm in the game, Kit. We're worried about you. We think you might die alone. But how can I be alone when I have a we? And what a robust and useful we it is. They talk me out of unnecessary mea culpas. They edit my DMs for clarity. They surreptitiously feed me the name of the woman at the end of the bar who has reason to think she knows me. Sorry. The Chisme Industrial Complex will exceed all of its targets this year, thanks to my self-appointed paparazzi. Rejection may still swell and puff like a bee sting, but do you remember what happens next to the bee? I have a nation of friends in places high, low, and hidden. How can any man think of me as lonely when my love is legion like the Swiss Guard, when they are versatile like a Swiss knife, when they are reliable like a Swiss watch, outwardly neutral but deeply partisan, just like the Swiss. And that's a poem about how I'm very suspicious of Swiss people. This is, everyone unmute, we're gonna honor an old tradition here. This is some new shit.
New shit.
New shit.
Yes, we're keeping the flame alive.
Shit.
I am so glad Tumblewords is back. It's been a relief the way like a steam valve relieves the fucking whatever was making all that steam. That one got away from me, yeah. But I wrote this on Saturday. I don't know what it is yet. It's probably too long. We're just gonna go with it. A sudden dark thought propelled me to send a message to a friend saying, I just want to make sure nobody spirited you off the streets of Portland into an unmarked van. When she replies quickly, I am able to pretend it is a dark joke and not a mental image that I have had and can't shake, even as we continue to talk. She also kids on the square. She says she is too asthmatic to risk exposure to tear gas, no matter how close to her heart or her doorstep the conflict reaches. In this moment, I am briefly thankful for social media, for taking all the panic out of our panicked missives, turning our frightened whelps into nervous chuckles. We laugh at death to make him feel bad about himself, to demotivate him, make him move with a slower, more predictable gait, make him resent his job and half-ass it. We will keep doing that even after it has been proven not to work, even after the tests come back and the low-grade fevers get closer to my hermetic circle. Perhaps death has never been able to distinguish between mockery and encouragement and reads all our words in the same flat tone. Perhaps I should not let my heart whisper furtive squirts of succor, but let it blast in steroid-aided pumps and arrhythmia loud enough to set off car alarms, to give all the people fighting urgent fights one secure moment, to disorganize the destroyers and acolytes of death for just long enough. This is all silly. I am not that powerful. I am not equal to this moment, but I know the people who are. I trust them with my affirming light. They live in the mountains. They hang hammocks with each end on a saguaro. They walk all day in forests without getting lost. But for now, they need secrecy and 6 feet of sunlight between them and their well-wishers.
Hot stuff. It made me call my friend. After you wrote that on Saturday, it made me call my friend in Portland and see if he was in the back seat of a black car.
Oh boy. Yeah.
That was amazing, man.
Thank you very much, Jessica.
That's amazing shit.
Thank you, man. I'm going to close, as I do, with the sensation that's sweeping the nation, the cover poem. I'm going to read Revolutionary Letter number 29 by Diane DePrima. These were all dedicated to Bob Dylan. Number 29. Beware of those who say we are the beautiful losers who stand in their long hair and wait to be punished, who weep on beaches for our isolation. We are not alone. We have brothers in all the hills. We have sisters in the jungles and the Ozarks. We even have brothers on the frozen tundra. They sit by their fires. They sing. They gather arms. They multiply. They will reclaim the earth. Nowhere we can go, but they are waiting for us. No exile where we will not hear, welcome home. Good morning, brother. Let me work with you. Good morning, sister. Let me fight by your side.
Yes, man. All too relevant right now. Kit, awesome, man. Tell us how we can follow you, support you, look at all the good stuff you're doing.
All right. Instagram at Kit Ren Away. My name and then away. It's say it out loud and you'll get it. Let's see. Twitter at Kit Talk Sports, but there are no more sports, so it's just me dicking around. Facebook.com/praise be to the sun, the not evil sun cult, where I am pursuing spirituality in a really jacked up and naive voice. It's a lot of fun. Let's see. What's that fucking site called? Right with that. Kofi.com/KitRen has a donation link and a bunch of essays about American football. That might not be your deal. It's mine though. And I think that's all the links I have.
Don't forget to share them in the chat.
Not enough addresses, brother.
And as always, killer shirt. Big fan, yeah. Dig it. All right. So, all right. I'm making sure I'm not muted. I've done that before. Not in a while, but I think like the first time I was doing like a whole 5-minute rant and I was muted the whole time. And like people were trying to signal to me, but I just missed it. So got a nice, some of those sites I don't recall off the top of my head. So if you can post them for us, that'd be really cool. We'll try and get them on the YouTube thing. So anyway, yeah, shout out anyone right now who is watching on YouTube, our YouTube live right now. Again, say hi. I haven't had a chance to interact as much as I usually do, but shout out to everyone I see there. Andres, Sandy, as always, Angela, Christina, Samuel. What's up, brother? How you doing? We have a lot of our peeps and double chats. Nico, I see Nico. Cool. So we're gonna go and continue. We have Phil, aka Bindad, in the house. He put on his Mets cap right now because I was wearing my Yankee cap in the other open mic. But how are you doing today? I'm glad you were able to join us. What are you gonna share with us, and where are you joining us from?
Man, I'm good. I'm just gonna do a little something. I'll do a few pieces, and then I'll do some haikus, whatever. So, I want to thank you all for coming, because the only thing that a poem wants is to be heard. But I dare you to listen. Pay more than the usual attention. Become the intervention that can help teach our adolescents. You see, some of our teenagers have gone astray. Internally, they feel a certain way. Confusion meets depression. I heard it's been said that absent fathers still teach vital lessons. And bullying gives you the personal view that you're less desirable, a powerless individual. Teens succumb to sex, drugs, and drinking, giving way to suicidal thinking. And that's just the beginning. Rap lyrics are winning. Clip in the 9, gotta get mind replacing real dreams with the dreams of selling drugs. Being put into street life at 13, not sure if you live to see the age of 14. And parents, some parents aren't even parenting because they too are still children. So I dare you to listen. To the boys that buy pants that don't fit so that they can fit in. To the children that have the delusion that it's cute to wear high heels, tight jeans, and makeup. Little girls that envy adult women, underestimating the power of flirtation. In the meantime, you have grown men that want to fulfill these desires. When these desires become fertile, it gives birth to sin. But we can still teach our children, even when they're not listening, hoping one day they will remember Instill in them self-esteem, morality, and life's realities. Teach them spirituality that can be passed on from generation to generation to generation. Again, I want to thank you all for coming, because the only thing that a poem wants is to be heard. But I dare you, I dare you, I dare you to listen. That's the first one.
Yeah.
Yes, man. Whew.
I'm gonna do a couple haikus. I don't get to do haikus very often because, you know, whatever the case may be. Flick dime at homeless. Vet says, please keep your money. All I want is change. I don't look 50. A weird age to be dating. Mother or daughter?
Yes.
Let's see. Hands up. Down on knee. Cop says stop resisting. Sounds of a gunshot. Table for two. Candlelight dinner at home. She doesn't cook well. My mother birthed me, died before I was age 1. I have no nickname. After quarantine, refund on yearly planner, coronavirus. And I'm gonna read a piece. I usually don't talk through my things. I just go and spit. But I wrote this piece in 87. It was so funny because I was working for New York City Department of Probation. And I honestly had no money for lunch or anything. I just had train fare money for the rest of the week till I got paid. So I had a Snicker. And back in the day, I don't know if they do it now, but back in the day, they had the newspaper in the back of the New York Daily News. So, I mean, that was stupid. They had the TV guide in the back of the Daily News. So I picked that up and I wrote this piece. As world turns, many realize they only have one life to live. People continue to search for a guiding light. People go to Donahue, Winfrey, or Dr. Ruth for advice, only if the price is right. As the world turns, problems have occurred in families. What usually starts out as good family ties often end up in a family feud. The loving parents always say, I want the best for all my children. They try their best with them for the first couple of years before they send them to the great outdoors and New York City's crime story. These children are what we call the young and the restless, who end up in places like General Hospital or St. Elsewhere. Unfortunately, parents have to experience Hill Street blues. Day by day, they beg their children to give me a break. As the world turns, men have taken advantage of the weaker vessel. This is a common practice of men who treat courtship as an all-new dating game. Walking down the street, they look like a current affair. She hopes that they will one day become the honeymooners. He knows they are really perfect strangers. He continues to play with her emotions by taking it one step further, married with children. He stays with her for a short time, then he decides to join the lifestyles of the rich and famous alone. So she goes to divorce court. He leaves for Santa Barbara to stay with Kate and Allie, leaving his ex in another world in search for tomorrow. This may sound a little bizarre, but is reality because we experience it in the days of our lives.
Yeah, man, that's what's up. Thanks for sharing that. Honestly, I liked every single thing you shared, and really appreciate, especially those of you who are like pulling a double header, going from one open mic to the other. That's awesome, man. So really quick, where are you calling us from, just so people know, and also how we can follow and support your work?
I'll put my info in the chat. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, Jamaica, West Indies, But I live in Colorado. I've been here for 14 years. But and I have I created a group. We've been running for 11 years. Poetry 719. I'll put that in the chat as well. And I have my own website as well. midnightpoet00.com, and that's on my IG. But I'll put it in there.
Right on, man. Thank you. Thank you. I'm super grateful that you were able to jump on. Go Mets. Go. Happy to see. And I like how Kid says it, you know, there's no sports. And it's been surreal watching some baseball games with no fans and fan noise piped into the speakers. So that's going to be
kind of weird.
It's going to be interesting. But all right, man. Appreciate that. Put those links on the chat so we can follow you for sure. And check that stuff out. Okay, so we're doing good. And like I said, Amanda usually gets out of work around 10, so we're trying to make that happen for her. But we still have plenty of people. We've got Christine Ponce Diaz. Christine, how are you doing? Are you with us? Did you want to introduce the piece before we played it? So check it. We're being very experimental right now, where we're going to try and play a video of a performance, see if maybe that might help with the sound. But Christine, tell us a little bit about the piece you prepared for us today.
Hi everyone. I picked a piece that I believe, in my perspective, goes with the theme of failing forward. So it has a couple of lyrics that kind of stand out to me and that I could relate to. But overall, I think it just relates to my outlook on failing now. I mean, I think this whole week I was really thinking about failing forward. What does that mean? What does that mean to me personally? What's my take on it? And I think I have a little bit of a really optimistic perspective on failure now as a result of this week. I was kind of analyzing some of it. So they talk about living life to its fullest, and that's basically what I equate failing forward to, is ownership of failure and using it to just move forward in whatever sense you need to move forward in. And so I outlined a couple of things that kind of, it made me think about this week in combination with what the lyrics are, and just everything kind of floating around in my mind this week and related in relation to this topic. So the first is, I'd like to mention a classmate of mine who I study music education at UTEP, and a classmate of mine, he's pretty successful and I really kind of look up to him, but he told me one time just really nonchalantly, I love failure. And I was like, what are you talking about? You know, and how can you love failure? Because we're all obviously very passionate about what we do, so we take failure extra hard, and we don't necessarily go into anything anticipating an amazing failure. No, you know, we don't really do that. So I guess what he was talking about is just the growth that happens and the development that comes from failure. And the next topic is in regards to relationships and romance and all that. And the song kind of talks about that. And I struggled with that in the song because I didn't want to have a bad, like a negative connotation to love in that I was supporting. I don't know if that makes sense. Kind of rambling, but I guess because one of the lyrics, it says, I hope you fall in love and I hope it hurts so bad. So I thought, what is he talking about again? And why does he hope that somebody hurts really bad? And so if the name of the song is called I Live, and he's saying, I think we can all kind of relate to those situations where you jump in head first and you don't really stop and think, is this going to work? Is it not going to work? You just know that it's worth it to you to give it a try. And regardless of what happens, you could fall on your face and you just take the risk. And at the end, it might end up in an ideal situation and it might not, but it doesn't mean that it's not worth it. And so that's kind of what I could relate to in the song. And there's a part also in the song where it says, "With every broken bone, I lived." And I have been recovering for a couple of weeks from a really bad mountain bike accident. And so I could relate to that. I didn't break any bones, but it was definitely worth every bit of the experience, because I learned about life, I learned about myself, and it was just something so simple. Just the way that it happened was really simple, and it had such big effects on considering just what it could mean when I think about things a little bit more deeply. And so basically it taught me that the scars are worth it. So I ended up with some really gnarly scars, and it was worth it, and I'd do it again, because I think that's part of what life is about for me. Is if you're really sure of something and you just go for it, you could get some really bad scars, but it's still worth it. And the last couple of things that I wanted to talk about too, it kind of going away from the song a little bit, but it was a quote that I saw in a research lab one time. They said that if you fail, make sure that you do it enough to get statistical significance from it. So I think that's basically what I've been saying here, is that if you take ownership of the failure, you can always extract some kind of deeper meaning, and you can learn from it, and it can propel you forward in a really big way. And I think an example of that was something that again, this has just been through my mind, so it's all kind of random. I was watching a documentary of Machu Picchu last night, and they talked about how Hiram Bingham was attributed the discovery of, it was attributed to him for like discovering Machu Picchu, but he didn't know about Machu Picchu, and he wasn't looking for it. He was originally looking for Vilcabamba and nothing related to Machu Picchu, and so now we have this great marvel in the world because of a glorious failure. And I think, realistically, not all failures are going to be glorious, but I think there's something to be said for failing and using it to move forward. So that's kind of my thoughts. It's a little bit random.
It's a lot. It's good though. I mean, that's the theme, and I'm glad that you were able to gain a lot of insight and just questions from it. I think the chat is definitely vibing with that and with a lot of those comments. Definitely check that out. So we're ready to debut the video. So we're trying something different. We're still trying to solve the mystery of getting it right, the sound. So we're gonna try and play a pre-recorded video and see if that might do something. First of all, should have had that ready way beforehand. Let's see. Yeah, but Christine, I was just doing an I wasn't saying Christina. I know your name is Christine.
Thank you.
Christine was send me a video, and let's go ahead and see if we can play it for you guys right now. Here you go. Can you guys see it? Yeah? Let's try this.
Oh, when you take that jump, you don't fear the fall. Oh, when the water rises, you build a wall. Oh, when the crowd screams out, they scream your name. Oh, if everybody runs, you'll choose to stay. Hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. Oh, the only way that you can know is give it all you have. And I hope that give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. With every broken bone, I swear I lived. I hope that you spend your days and they all add up. When the sun goes down, hope you raise your cup. I wish that I could witness all your joy and all your pain. But until my moment comes, I'll say I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. Saw so many places, the things that I did. With every broken bone, I swear I lived. Whoa, 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 every broken bone, I swear I lived. Every broken bone, I swear I lived. Whoa, 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 whoa,
What? Okay. That was cool. That was a very interesting way of playing performing music at the open mic. So and also we found out we can annotate. Was that you, Christine?
No, I don't
Oh.
know. I don't know who was annotating. It's okay. I appreciate it though.
It was very cool. It was very cool. So I agree. Awesome, Christine. How can we support you? Follow you?
You can go to Christine Ponte Diaz. That's the name of my YouTube channel, and I can just upload. I'm just uploading songs periodically, and Facebook too. I can connect with people through Facebook. Christine Ponce Diaz.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
you. So wait, do we still have Bruce with us? He was here at the beginning, but I haven't seen him. Do we have Bruce in the house? Bruce was in the loose, but he's not anymore. Bruce has played here before, but man, probably might have been too late for him. I don't see him. Does anyone see him? Am I blind? Am I losing it? Okay, no. That's unfortunate. Yeah, Bruce, before the pandemic, you could find him busking all over town, playing his guitar and sharing music, and there's something really cool about that. So yeah, hopefully maybe next time. Love to hear more of his music. All right, so moving on then, we have Dan the man. You've been strangely quiet today. Are you here with us? Yeah, Dan, are you here with us, man?
Give me 1 minute. Let me set my camera.
I'm setting a timer right now. Literally 1 minute. No, I'm kidding.
I know. Give me 1 minute. Hold on.
Yeah. So while you're doing that, Christina, if you can type out your info in the chat for those who haven't had the pleasure to follow you yet. And at this point, you've done a little bit of everything. You've read prose. You've gone down on piano and singing. Now you did some guitar and singing via pre-recorded video. Let's see what we got next week.
Okay.
All right. Next up.
Wait. Okay.
Wait for it.
Okay.
Next up, we got the one, the only Dan the Man. He's gonna share a little something. Dan, go for it.
All right, thank you, Richie. How's everybody doing tonight? All right, well, yeah, I know lots has been going on with a lot of things, and you have no idea what is going on here, but a lot of craziness can going on. Could be mad, or maybe madness, or probably madness descending. But what I like to call it, madness. What as of right now, madness descending. Yeah. Aren't we glad? Hell no. This is sad. It's a no-go. And yes, I'm mad. Let it flow. You think I'm crazy? You think I'm insane? Or like Mel Gibson, I'm crazy. You call me crazy? You call me crazy? You call me crazy? Yeah, I'll show you crazy. You are dope. Yeah. You saw Lethal Weapon. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I don't know why is madness descending. What is kind of gladness? You thought it was greatness, well, with floorness and sadness. Well, as of right now, I don't know what's going on. Well, I don't know what's going on with the coronavirus. Well, we thought it was at ease. We thought the lockdown was going to help, but it flattened the curve. But no, something wrong in Florida, something's wrong in California, something's wrong in Arizona, something's wrong here in Texas. And then madness descending. It's because of the surge. That's what's going on. It's going to end up like the purge. Yeah, this is what's going on. The spike is going on because it's on the rise. There's nothing on the hives. Yep, it's then death toll. It's not added to taking the election poll. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, the coronavirus still ongoing. It's keep on the rise. How we're gonna stop the surge? How we're gonna flatten that curve? And how we're gonna put a stop to all this death once and for all. And yes, all this, and especially the madness going on, how we're gonna put a stop to all this madness. This is sad. What kind of a sadness is going on here? Yes, and then and especially besides the coronavirus, this is not good. Black Lives Matter, Michael Brown, Eric Garner, Freddie Gray, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Armand Aubrey, Rayshard Brooks, among others. And man, their death is an unspeakable tragedy. And all this miscarriage of justice is madness. This is how we're going to put a stop to all this madness. Man, we really gotta speak up and put a stop to all this madness. Pray for justice. Yeah, because justice cannot fall from the ladder. As always, Black Lives Matter. Yeah. And far worse, as I know, last August, a shooting took place in the east side of El Paso. We lost 23. Well, we're not the only ones who are affected by the shooting. Orlando, Las Vegas, San Bernardino, among others, Columbine. Yep, all these tragic events are madness. Damn. And there's only one question in all. How are we going to put a stop to all this madness? How? That's the question. Sheesh. Yeah, all the madness descending with its blindness, all the sadness. And according to Polonius from Hamlet, Act 2, Scene 2, and I quote, "Though this be madness, yet there is method in it. Yeah, and quote from Polonius, Hamlet, Shakespeare. But there's only one quote, maybe two. No great mind has ever existed without a touch of madness, by Aristotle. And there's only one quote. Men have called me mad, but the question is not yet settled whether madness is or is not the loftiest intelligence, whether much that is glorious, whether all that is profound does not spring from disease of thought, though moods of mind exalted at the expense of the general intellect. And that is a quote from Edgar Allan Poe. Quote the Raven, nevermore. Yep, madness. How are we ever going to put a stop to this madness? And quote, yeah. Oh man, we gotta flatten that curve for the coronavirus. Got to put a stop to this surge, and yeah, this is like on the verge of haywire. And how we're gonna get justice for our fallen friends? Yeah, Black Lives Matter, and how we're gonna prevent another shooting, to prevent another tragedy. How are we ever going to put a stop to this madness? That's one question. Yeah. All right. What do you think, Richie?
Damn, that's a lot of stuff to keep up with, man. That madness. I'm not gonna choose that as next week's theme anymore. It was gonna be madness. No, it wasn't gonna be madness. But yeah, a lot to say, man, for sure.
Yeah. Because we thought it was supposed to be a phase 1, phase 2, but a lot of social distance violators and some were not refusing to put the mask on, and then they're putting their lives at risk, and this is not good. And schools is going to be approaching, but how are they ever going to put a stop to this? And they got to follow the directions if they want to go back to normal. They got to start the slow in steps and safely. But no, they just reopen it too fast, and this can't be good. And a lot of hospitals are going, like in Texas, Florida, Arizona, California. This is not good. How are we ever going to put a stop to this?
Madness, sadness.
Yes.
Hey, so tell us really quick, if people want to hear more of your thoughts, like a whole on show, where can they follow you?
Yeah.
For that.
Oh yeah, and I mentioned Black Lives Matter, the death, like George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, and those deaths are a miscarriage of justice. They deserve justice. And besides no justice, no peace, it's madness descending. And like the tragedy back in August, and especially Orlando, Las Vegas, Columbine, among others. Yeah, those tragedy are madness. And the question is, how we're gonna ever put a stop to this? You know what I mean?
Right. But yes, definitely Breonna Taylor as well. Didn't mention her, but definitely gotta tell us about your weekly video blog series.
Oh, my blog, Dan the Man's Weekly on YouTube. Yeah. So just find me on YouTube. Find Dan the Man's Weekly on YouTube. Go to find me on Facebook and Instagram. Oh, good night, Miss Lee. And like my page on Dan the Man's Weekly on YouTube. And don't forget my 21st birthday tribute to Emily Davis is tomorrow. You guys do not want to miss that. And of course, I'm about more than a month away till my 6-year anniversary of Dan the Man's Weekly. So you guys do not want to miss it. So I'll keep you guys posted. Okay. Well, you guys,
cool.
Thank you. I'm sorry?
Oh, cool, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for
thanks, Richie. I appreciate it.
See you next time. We got a couple more people to get on, so let's make sure to get them on. We have Erica Tilly. Erica in the house waiting there. so patiently. Are you still with us, Erica?
Woo,
Say
woo,
hi.
woo.
What's up?
Hi.
Hi, Erica. How are you?
Hi.
Okay.
How y'all doing?
Hey,
Hey, y'all.
Erica.
Hey, Erica.
Hey, guys. So, I want to, I was so blessed. Well, I'm so blessed by all you guys all the time. So blessed, such a blessing to share. But I was really blessed by Christina's talk on love tonight, because love is the abyss, and you either, whatever it is that you love, if it's romantic, if it's your dream, it's the abyss, and we stare at it and we say we're gonna live and jump in, or we're gonna just stand here and be scared, you know? So I appreciate that so much. My kids are loud. If you can hear them, I apologize, but excuse my hair, I'm a little dry. So I have a love poem that I've been needing to share for a while. This is a poem about someone that I love that is in a situation where I could possibly never see this person again. And I believe this person is my soulmate. And I don't know if you believe in soulmates, but he's my best friend. He's the son of my youngest, he's the son of my youngest father, the father of my youngest son. So this is a tribute to him and all the people on lockdown believing in their innocence. Like to hear it, here go. I call it life twice. Nights like this, I wish snowflakes would fall. Paper and pen, I'm broken within. Hold me like his arms would. Kiss me like I wish he could. Smack and talk that shit. Call me good girl, cause you know I like it. Pound it like only you can. Tonight, I'm missing my man and I'll miss him forever. 2 forevers to be exact. I bet the clever bitch is proud of the fact that she took that black man's life. She drew her sword and pierced with her knife. She gave life twice. Life, 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 life twice. Life twice. Might as well hail my forehead with a slice of the knife. Might as well roll the dice and land on the deuce twice. She gave my baby life. Life twice. She's a clever bitch. Skin chocolate just like his. Brown eyes bolting behind bifocals. He broke his glasses, now resembling Urkel. My baby can't see. Oh, poetry. Hold me. My baby, the one. I mean, we were gonna do it eventually before it was all done. Who knew we'd run out of time? No. Who knew we'd run out of fun? Who would have thought we'd reach our prime and didn't even know it? Now, all you have is time. And all I have is bitter encounters with niggas that leave money on the counter. Niggas who tell me what I'm good enough for and what they can afford. What a day. What a night. Poetry. Hold me, tell me I'll be all right. Tell me one day I'll have him in my arms again. He's my best fucking friend, my best fucking friend. Got life twice. Life, 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 life twice, life twice. Lord have mercy. There is none. It's not fair, a fatherless pair. It's not right, a husbandless wife. What do we do? Wait forever, wait for never. Oh, poetry, hold me so closely, my pussy's burning. My heart yearning for arms that give a fuck and that I want to fuck because I'm attracted to them. My heart's yearning for arms that give a fuck and that I want to fuck because I'm attracted to them. I mean, is that too much to ask? Yes, it is. Because nobody is you. The reason I don't do long distance relationships, the reason I don't do long distance relationships anymore, why I long for that perfect fit, why I miss you finding my split and finding your way around, bending me over and finding your way around. You were nasty, sweaty, dready, chocolate and passionate, telling me, don't fuck me, make love to me. I was putty, so in love with you. Now the clever bitch says we're through forever. A slugger to an already busted lip. No bag of broccoli, no ice. She slammed her gavel and gave that black man life twice. And you're gone forever. I can't say ever, but I can say never, because either, both describe this length of space and time between us. All I want is your life. To give you joy and be your wife, wake you to give. That black, wake you to give. What a sacrifice. They gave that black man life twice. Oh, somebody done me wrong. Eyes to the ceiling all night long. Oh, poetry. Poetry, poetry, poetry. I need you tonight. I cannot breathe. All I see are niggas around me that are not you. Move on. Stay strong, but my heart is stagnant and blue. I miss you forever. Oh, thank y'all, man. Thank you for letting me share that. Woo! Set me free. I hope you liked it. Did you like it? I hope you liked it.
It was so powerful.
Nice.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can I share one more with you guys?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Do it.
Let's
Do
hear
it.
So this is, where love will show you that you're a spiritual being. True love, real love. When you're trying to manifest somebody through the ether, you realize that you are a part of the ether, that you are a soul, So this is another poem from my distant love. This is called Black Love. Maybe we needed time away. There's this issue of a soulmate and the fact that you really only get what you believe in. Maybe most people do not believe in soulmates, a conversation I do not want to have. I know. You found me. The day I hold you again, I will know God exists. With you, I do not need success. I know success every time you walk. With you, I do not need success. I know success every time that black skin walks through the door. With you, I do not care about money. Wherever, however, whenever, I know we will find a way. You are my sin. Your stripes I willingly bear. Your pain I long for. I do not think most people believe in fairy tale soulmates. Most are victims of love. I create one, you. I manifest us across time and space. I see you in my dreams. I make room for you in reality because you are my man. I guess this was a part of the plan. Now we both know, and we both want to give each other our lives. It's amazing to see 2 eternities in front of me, not being enough reason to stop loving you. I don't know what tomorrow holds. I just pray I can handle the weight of its decisions. My mission in this lifespan is accepting my soul surpasses time. And we will find each other again. You are my music. With you, I will not need it to feel real. I listen to you by choice. Your voice in my ear, your voice in my right ear. I know I hear you. We transcend time, dual deities destined to love in and out of time. My patient love, just glad I found you. Look, if I can still just 2 more seconds. No,
Do it.
I really just need to share these, y'all. This is called DJ. You're a hook I did not want to write. The one I write these love songs for. You're the one I cannot get off my mind, even though I try. You. I heard you last night whispering in my ear. When I'm backed in a corner facing my fear, darkness, self-hate, I see you. All the talks we've had, all the times you carried me. Maybe I do not deserve it, deserve you. Maybe I do not deserve you because you gave me your life long before she took yours twice. You know you found me. Ducking and dodging, we were not ready. You needed me. And I let future foes fold my hand on a chance to have my man in my hands. I abandoned you like you abandoned me. And all I want now is another 3 seconds, 3 minutes, 3 hours, 3 days. These days pass with me imagining what carried you when you were afraid and could not show it. I now know I own those tears and I want retribution. Restitution, resolution, one last time, one more time. It will come. I will have you one more time, even if it's in another lifetime, I don't mind. I'll wait 2 lifetimes. No biggie. Because I know wherever I go, you're going with me. You're there with me in the present tense. Maybe I don't deserve it. Let me just say I was wrong where I was wrong. A lifetime of regretting and forgetting is what I'm getting. Is this time and space between us? Are we to transcend the ends of time? I don't mind. I'm seeing you on the other side. You are my abyss. The thing I fear most, yet do not fear at all. I know your call. I know your name. I know you came through last night telling me I'll be all right. How dare I cry about the issues of freedom when you would die 1,000 times to get some? How dare I? Get some hope in the meantime, in between time. We are in time, as time. We transcend time. You are my patient love. I wait for you in eternity. Even twice. Face the roll of the dice with a smile, because I know you're coming home to me. We're already together, and I know you'll find me. However many lifetimes, our love transcends time, loving you through 3 eternities, waiting for my patient love. Thank you.
Erica, damn, you left it on the stage.
Thank
Man,
That's some deep,
Oh.
deep love. Whoa.
Thank you so much.
That was nice. Unbelievable.
I appreciate y'all. Golly,
Yeah.
thank y'all.
Hey,
how can we follow you? Like, people want to follow your stuff. Yeah.
Check it out. I had a Instagram that was just for like my poetry, but it got hacked. So I gotta put up another one, I guess. But I just want to share something with you guys. I had a few and with this corona, and then with this, this loss of my love, I just told myself, this has to be happening in my life because I need to write about it. Because otherwise I don't know how to handle this, So I've been writing these last few months, and just preparing myself because I know, I just felt in my spirit, I have faith that, So anyway, last night I found out from a good friend of mine that has a book that her publisher wants to publish me. So there will be a collection of my beauties eventually. We're already having in progress. I just need to send it to him, but I just got to edit it and do all this. But so anyway, I just praise break one time. And in the meantime, you can follow me on Facebook. I'm Erica Tilley, Erica A. Tilley on Facebook. But yeah, man, words are my life. Words set me free. They save me. And they are our magic. And I hope you know that what you put in the atmosphere with love and intention, your words are your magic. So I love y'all. Thank y'all for listening. Appreciate
Thank you, sister.
Thank you, Erica.
thank you.
Oh my God.
Hey, Erica, real quick, can I shoot you a 10-second video?
No,
birthday
Dan.
shout out to
After.
Wait a minute.
There's a show. There's a show going on. We gotta get people on.
After show.
Yeah, Dan.
Erica, can you be there after the show? I need to shoot you the 10-second video birthday shout out to Emily.
Dan.
I'm talking to Erica.
I know, but we gotta get. Hey, we have Mark. We have Mark Pumphrey next. You don't wanna skip him. So, Mark, how you doing today?
Good,
You
how are
kind of
you?
joined us late, but it's good to have you
Yeah.
on still.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. I write mostly prose at Tumble Words once a week. And I have 3 short pieces that I'll read tonight. The first one, these aren't titled. First one is, the Pumphreys in England had owned a ferry that crossed the Severn River near Gloucestershire, living in the villages of Little Dean and Newnham on the edge of the Royal Forest of Dean. Also ran a grain mill on a tributary of the Severn River. Henry Pumphrey was the first who moved from England to the United States, even before it was the United States. Henry was a Quaker, and he sailed on a ship with other Quakers fleeing religious persecution in 1678. Henry was a builder, and he constructed many of the original homes in what was then Burlington, West Jersey, now New Jersey. Henry was also a scoundrel, even though he was a business partner of an ancestor of James Fenimore Cooper. Henry was in and out of court constantly, either as the defendant or the plaintiff in disputes over the houses he built. He was also on trial once on a charge of participating in smuggling and melting down stolen goods made of silver. Finally, Henry was the defendant in a paternity suit brought by the family of a young unmarried woman Henry later married. In all of his trials, Henry was always found innocent. He set out for Philadelphia with his new wife and, restless by nature, began to immigrate south, settling finally on the Severn River, another Severn River, in Maryland, near the Chesapeake Bay, and what is now Washington, D.C. Henry was a man of some wealth and had 7 sons. In those days, only the eldest sons inherited. The younger sons were on their own. There is still a remnant of the Pumphrey plantation in Maryland, and the Pumphrey name in that part of the world means something. But my ancestor was the youngest, 7th son. Our line almost died when he had only one child, a son. After a time in Maryland, my ancestors moved into the mountains of western North Carolina, again settling as farmers along the banks of a river, the Reddy's River. By then, there were several brothers with families there who decided to all pull up stakes and together go over the Cumberland Gap and into Kentucky in search of better farmland. The story goes that one brother was a Union soldier during the Civil War and traveled on a boat down the Mississippi to fight in the Battle of Natchez. He and some fellow foot soldiers were caught by the Confederates. They actually escaped captivity by dressing up as women and strolling casually away from the encampment. Once in Kentucky, the fathers and brothers, 8 in all, decided to each set out in a different direction. My ancestors stayed in southern Kentucky, but all of the others moved west, north, and south. That is why today there are pockets of Pumphreys in Florida, Indiana, Kansas, Texas, California, and many other states, but no concentration of Pumphreys anywhere. Which brings the family history to me and my closest ancestors. For 4 generations, my ancestors were farmers who loved the land, were self-sustaining, and who had large God-fearing families for whom church was the center of the rural communities they lived. My father was one of the first Pumphreys in my line of the family to seek improvement through a college education, going to college on the GI Bill following his time as a soldier in France during World War II. We lived in small towns in Kentucky, and I had a simple, happy, sheltered life as a child. Had I not been gay, I would likely in Kentucky, perhaps teaching like my father, working in agricultural industries like my 3 older brothers. I feel fortunate that I was different, however, a fact that hit me between the eyes when I first moved away to attend the University of Kentucky in Lexington, Kentucky. After a complete collapse and extensive psychological counseling, I learned to be my own authentic self. I do identify with all ancestors. I have Henry's impulsivity, and my mind, at least, is restless, like so many of my ancestors. Last age of 6, I was diagnosed with adult and deficit disorder, perhaps a genetic disposition. I am grateful to be part of the 7th generation of a 7th son, Henry Pumphrey, who came to America in 1678 with a group of Quakers. The second story is this. Ana was a character in a little-known classic Spanish film. She is a child age 7 whose family has fled to the Castilian countryside to escape the Spanish Civil War. In the little village, she and her older sister entertain themselves in a big, empty house where no one talks to each other, with stories to explain what they do not understand. Anna imagines herself seeking the Frankenstein monster, having just seen the movie at the mall and believing the monster to be real. A well in the middle of an endless field is represented as the dwelling place of the spirit of the beehive, since her father is a beekeeper. Anna discovers at the same time a wounded soldier who has deserted, hiding out in the old shed near the well. She brings him food stolen from the house. He becomes the spirit of the beehive. The soldier is caught and disappears. Anna must find a story to explain the disappearance. Having seen the Frankenstein monster, the soldier, the soldier becomes the Frankenstein monster, as Anna's mind between reality and unreality. Anna listens to the railroad track with her ear, nothing. She searches the plains, nothing. She throws a rock into the well, nothing. She has a psychiatric break and is bedridden, mute. She rises at night, standing at her window, and finally speaking, calling to the monster in the dark. I'm here. I'm here. I understand, Anna. I am Mark, and I am here. And the last piece is this. My favorite little golden book was The Chirkendoos. Part chicken, part turkey, part duck, part goose, and really quite ugly. I had lots of toys as a child, but the only things I usually wanted to ever play with were my collection of plastic animals. I had an odd assortment of barnyard animals, wild animals, horses, and people from Sherwood Forest and the prehistoric. I loved animals, all animals, including humans. And my answer to what do you want to be when you grow up was always zookeeper. I remember trading animals with my friend Steve and cheating him in an unfair trade out of his prized yellow gorilla. Steve was too good and always gave in to whatever I wanted. I loved real animals too. The more misshapen and helpless they were, the more attention I gave them. My recurring dream was being in a boat during a flood, scouring the waters for animals to rescue from the flood. I remember being horrified by the human-like squeals of the pigs on my uncle's farm in Iowa on slaughtering day. And I remember the wild look that came into my father's eyes when he decided he would butcher one of his dairy cows that was no longer productive, as it hung from a rope in the barn, bludgeoned to death by my father. I grew up and moved away, but my mother kept my plastic animals in a box alongside with miscellaneous jacks, marbles, tinker toys, and building blocks. I reacted like a child when I found on a visit home as an adult some of my precious plastic animals lying in the yard, chopped up by the lawnmower blade. Mother, who never apologized for anything, only said, "I let your nephews play with them." When my mother died, I received the box with what was left of my plastic animals. When we were packing to move from North Carolina to El Paso 10 years ago, I very consciously decided it was time to let go of the exaggerated injustice that was done to me through the slaughter of some of my plastic animals. I gave the entire box to the thrift store. My plastic animals may be skins by now, but it was time to let go. I guess they are on their own, and yes, they are just plastic animals, but I still hope they are okay. A few years ago, I started a collection, a menagerie of animal figurines, just like Laura in the glass menagerie, I guess. But some of my figurines are plastic, some wooden, some made of glass, some made of wool, some who knows what. They sit in a special glass case, and I do not play with them, but I do love them, each and every one of them, no matter what they are made of or what they look like, not even if they look like the Chirkendoos. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Mark, for sharing that prose. I had to get a cat off of me to unmute, but I'm glad you like joined last minute, but I'm really glad you did. And Yeah, we had about 2 or 3 people not make it today, but very full list. Yeah. And of course, everyone is welcome to come back every Monday. This week's theme, we're doing themes now just in case people want to write about it, was failing forward. We had some pretty interesting pieces about it. Of course, something that I mentioned is that they're not just regulated to 1 week. And so if you guys are interested in writing about next week, something that has to do with failing forward, please feel free to do that. I haven't thought of a theme yet for next week. I was thinking of a phrase, but it's kind of, I don't know if it'll fit for everyone. So when I do release it, I'll post it on the Barbed Wire Open Mic series of social media. It has I was thinking something more astronomical this time around, but I'll see if I can fit it to something that might be more universal to write about. Cool. So thanks everyone for joining us today. We didn't get Amanda joining in, so I guess it happens. It's fine. We are gonna, if you're not familiar, we're gonna end the live stream, end the show, and what we're gonna do is hang out a little bit afterwards. So if you guys are on our YouTube live stream, want to join us, the link to the Zoom meeting is actually in the sign-up sheet. So that's posted almost everywhere on Facebook and everything, Instagram. You can find the link. And the Zoom meeting link is there. I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream, but if you guys want to unmute, say bye, clap, share. Thank you guys so much for being part of this today.
Hi, guys. Thank you.
Yeah. And don't forget to tip Richie. Send Richie some money.
Yeah, that certainly helps. I do have that info right here. Oh, yeah, we're not making any money doing these at the venues. So, guys, thanks for tuning in. Barbed Wire Open Mic Series. My name is Richie Amarufo. You can follow us at the Barbed Wire Open Mic Series on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Hey, what's going on? Cameo at the end of the show.
Question, Richie.
What's up?
Is there a way to private chat? Because I was trying to get Eduardo's contact info, but he left and I wasn't able to send him a personal message.
Oh yeah, you know what? Eduardo's always here. I can get his info to you.
Okay, or I can check it next week. I'll be back, bro.
Okay, pleasure having you. I'll send it to you right now. But for tonight's show and the entire open mic, thank you guys. Have a good night. I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream.
Bye. Adios.
Bye. Peace. Peace.